you are in the world. I never go live because I don't know how to do this. But anyway, I'm attempting again to do it. And I wanted to kind of share something that I've been thinking about because I read and I study history, but I never looked at it from the position that I'm looking at movies now, like the Tudors, Edward the Eighth, and some of the significance of time and time repeating itself in the essence of looking at the sexual connotations and acts of the 14th and 15th century. We could go back because there's so much to unpack and understand, but is relevant. And it to me, it's when I talk to my groups about astrology. Astrology actually leads you into history. Religion leads you into history if you study it. The Bible will lead you into history if you really take the word and you meditate on it, because it's taking you back into an era where people lived and they gave the scrolls as scriptures and information. So anyway, what does that mean concerning what I'm saying? These people, as you know, we watch them even from the biblical stance. If you can see into the words, visualize when you're reading the Bible, you can see that there's some things that's missing, some things that's not true. And I'm not discrediting the Bible. I'm saying I'm grateful for the Bible, because the Bible has showed me so many things that are not written in there. But then the connection when you read historical books, or you look at people like Shonda Rhimes, who has created Charlotte and the Bridgertons, salute to her, because it actually connects. And people will say, well, this is fiction. So it's fiction, but Shonda Rhimes has captured information from history to put it in a place where people can see that there actually was Black people, let me say that did great things back in those centuries when we had a look at only Europeans doing great things. Now, the part about the sexual activities was relevant to me, because during my readings and times, I was wondering, where's all the ladies at? And so when you look at the pictures, and actually when you read the stories and, you read the books, everything was pointed at men, which says something. Now, fast forward, when we're looking at men, it's not that I want to tear men down, but I want to say that there's nothing new under the sun. When we were in our women's group yesterday, one of the scriptures that came up was Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. And the battle's not given to the swift. You know what I'm saying? But if you read the whole chapter, you can see. And Solomon has so much wisdom, because he tells us about things that was going on that people are disputing right now and saying this person is wrong, that person is wrong, when there's been a lineage of things that's been handed down, heritage of sexual, what we call immorality, but they didn't call it that because men were in groups when they went out to armies. Women were not there. And so their sexual desires were still there. You know what I'm saying? So they had to use them some way. I think this here might be a bit too much for some people, but these people connected to the Bible, because there was wars and famine, would go out and then they would write ecclesiastical things, or they would add to the Bible how they wanted, like King Henry VIII. And this is where we came up with our religions and our spirituality. There's so much there, but I really want us to look at how we condemn people, such as the homosexual acts. We put a name on it. I want us to look at it and say, what about there's nothing new under the sun? What about you begin to look at things and you begin to minister to people out of a blood lineage that's been following men from the Roman era, which is like a spiritual hierarchy that has impeded its energy into all of us to cause us to go into other types of sexual activities. I'm trying to be really nice. I've taught in my classes that the anointing, it falls from the head down. And so Christianity was derived from Christ and Jesus, teachings, but we have the Council of 325 AD, where, you know, um, they change things. And those things are even in history where you can read them to accommodate the kings and queens, the people of Europe, which, was passed on over to America when America became a corporation under them. And these things have sat upon us, even the way that our churches function. When we inquire or we are angry about the way that our churches function and young boys being taken advantage of, we have to look back to the empires that actually set the statutes for our religion. And so I'll leave it there. And so you guys be blessed. No way am I condemning anyone. I'm just opening up the book on things that people don't want to talk about. There's nothing new under the sun. These things were going on, but in order to stop it, we must realize that from the beginning they were going on. And if we don't want children to be hurt, then that means that we have to open our eyes, become conscious of history so that we can heal the story of the past and their story and begin with our story. Okay? Blessings. I'll talk to y'all later. Trying to turn it off.